Go.
Today I'm giving a speech. It's a demonstration speech, and I'd like to thank my audience for being here. The purpose of the speech is to inform our audience on the proper rescue procedures on cardiopulmonary resuscitation in the combat area. In the introduction, on the battlefield, before you can treat someone, you first need to suppress the enemy. If your battle buddy is on the ground in the combat area and they are unconscious and you think they are in need of CPR, the first thing you need to do is to remain calm. Assess the situation and the victim. Check the victim for breathing or trauma that will prevent you from giving them CPR. Attempt to rescue the individual using CPR. Rescue attempt should continue until emergency arrives or the victim becomes conscious. Suppressing the enemy fire is the first line of business on the battlefield. After the enemy has been subdued, look for your battle buddies and get accountability. If your battle buddy is laid out on the ground and unconscious, don't panic. Remain calm. Remove him or her out of the way. Call out to the medics. A lot of times the medics are busy. So just get to work. Assess your battle situation. Is your battle dead with his head blown off? If his head is blown off, he doesn't need help. Is your battle bleeding in the chest or head or its extremities? If it's bleeding, address the wound. When you address the wound, use the tourniquet to stop the bleeding. And he is no sign of bleeding, and he is not breathing, CPR should be performed. Performing CPR on a lifeless body can be a scary experience, but a necessary one if he is to survive. Kneel down over the body. Shake your battle and ask him, are you alright? Are you okay? Check to see if he has the battle inside of the body. Gunshot wound to the head. You should look for signs of bleeding by using two hands and checking his legs and arms for bleeding. Leave your battle on his side and check his back. You're looking for entry and exit wounds. If there's no bleeding, continue. But most important, check to see if he is breathing. If your battle shows no signs of trauma, proceed to get your battle's attention. Squeeze and grab his fingers. Squeeze him. Check for any response. Pinch sensitive areas. If the victim doesn't respond, then CPR is needed. Check for a pulse. Place 2 fingers on the side of the neck and see if you can feel a pulse. If you can't feel a pulse, then CPR might be needed. Begin the rescue. Open your battle's airway using a technique called the head tilt chin lift method. By placing one hand on the forehead and the other, and 2 fingers on the bottom of his chin, roll his head back. The other method is the jaw thrust method. If you can't use the head tilt chin lift, you need to use the jaw thrust. And you take 2 hands, place it over the victim's jaw, put your thumb underneath, and bring his head forward. Open your battle's mouth. Look inside and see if anything is large or blocking his airway. Listen for signs of breathing. Look for any movement in the chest cavity. If there's no movement, begin chest compression. Put your palm of your hand in the middle of your battle's chest. Do not put your hands directly on the sternum, because that might injure his his chest. Put your other hand on top, interlacing your fingers. Start with and do chest compressions, about 30 chest compressions, 1.5 to 2 inches compression. Do not always lock your elbows and do not bend them. Check for signs of breathing. Begin the rescue breathing technique. Open the airways using the head tilt, chin lift method. Pinch your battle's nose. Place your mouth over your battle's mouth. And give him 2 breaths.
Battery good.
Stop and check to see if your battle is breathing. If your battle is not breathing, then repeat the chest compressions and repeat the breathing rescue technique. CPR should continue until help arrives. In conclusion, if used correctly, CPR can save the lives on the battlefield. CPR is used to start the heart again. Remember, when you're on the battlefield and your battle buddy goes down, you want to do everything possible to save him, because one day he or she could save you. The only reason you should give up on your battle buddy is when the medic comes to relieve you or your battle is conscious. Thank you.